Taylor Swift and Beyonce, right?
You can talk about them.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight. We have a great episode of In Search of the Unknown, our Keep on the Borderlands reunion and sequel. We've got Chris, Jeff, Nate, Tim, and John back again. How's it going, everybody?
Happy to be
Good.
Doing well.
Howdy.
There's a good howdy there. I like it. A good howdy right at the end.
Not everybody like our fake cold opening.
I loved it. Loved it. Let us know, everybody. Taylor Swift or Beyonce? Who's your favorite? Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
That is not our icebreaker question today. Our icebreaker question is going to be coming up shortly, but first, a couple things to get out of the way here. Welcome to the live chat, the YouTube live chat. Good to see a lot of the familiar faces here. We took last week off, so it's good to be back. Unfortunately, looks like we may have to take another week off, although, again, that is a little tentative. We'll see how things go, but if you followed the social media or Discord or any of the other streams, I've talked about it before. Tomorrow I'm having my ACL surgery, so we're going to be doing, I think, probably a shorter stream tonight so that I can get up a little earlier in the morning. But we didn't want to cancel because I knew we were already missing a week, so I didn't want to cancel. So we're here. We're going to stick it through here, make sure we get at least even a short session. And then hopefully I'll feel good enough to do a session next week, but that will just have to be TBD. So we'll figure out if we can make a session next week or not. But best way to figure out when we're streaming and stay tuned to what's going on here on the channel, obviously subscribe, hit the bell icon, all those good things. But check Discord, social media. I post there usually when there's an update, if there's a change in schedule. So links down below in the description for that. Then my question to all of you, and I don't normally do this, but I gave you all a heads up as to what the question is going to be tonight. So I expect these answers to be awesome, like the best possible suggestions you've ever given. So you ready? Here we go.
Sure.
So today, and this is actually for the live chat as well as people commenting afterwards, I'm going to be laid up for about a week or so. Give me some good movie suggestions because I feel like I really want to dive into a bunch of movies. And I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands. I'm going to be laying in bed, laying on the couch. And one of my patrons, who his name is Steve, he's in the Patreon game that we do. He gave me a couple suggestions. And I figured, you know what? Let's get a bunch. Let's get a bunch of suggestions for some movies, even shows. I guess we could even throw in there. But I feel like I really want to watch some movies. I don't want to be committed to something that I'm going to have to watch for months. So give me some movies. And we're starting with you, Tim. Go ahead.
All right, I gotta go with my one of my go-to movies. It's kind of heavy, but it's really good. Wind River, directed by Taylor Sheridan.
Taylor
It's a
Swift.
super heavy movie. If you're not familiar with Taylor Sheridan's work, he was in Sons of Anarchy, but since then he's branched down and doing like modern westerns, and really everything he touches is pure gold.
Yellowstone.
I prefer
Yellowstone.
Beyonce
He is the director,
Sheridan,
and yeah,
personally.
no, Yellowstone's great also. But for a self-contained movie, Wind River, Taylor Sheridan, Jeremy Renner, I forget which one of the Olsen twins is in it.
Really?
No,
Phenomenal
it's not
movie.
the twin. It's the sister. Elizabeth.
The Marvel
Sure.
one, Elizabeth.
It's
yeah.
one of the
Witch.
Olsens.
I'll
have to
second
look
that,
this up.
Tim. Heavy but good.
Yeah, super good movie.
Wind River. I'm gonna write that down.
Wind River, yeah, 10
I
out of
see
10
it.
recommend.
I have not seen it. I will 100% check this one out. This
Don't
seems
watch
to
it with
be
your kids. Don't wait till they're at school one day.
fair enough. Fair enough.
I will look that one up.
All right, Nate, go ahead. What do you got?
All right, Bob. I gotta throw a few at you. You know me. I love movies.
Okay.
All right. So hey, Happy Go Lucky Fantasy. I think it's underloved, but Stardust.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
not, I have
It
not
is
seen it
easy,
either.
But it's just a good feeling movie.
Mhm.
You're gonna feel good. You know, deal with a little cheese. All right.
It's a Neil Gaiman script.
It is.
Oh, really?
And honestly, I think they interpreted the book pretty well. I read the book. I think it's even more enjoyable. But hey, you know,
Henry
That's
Cavill's in it, huh?
forgotten that.
he is.
Yeah.
Superman. Yeah, he is.
He plays a person named Humphrey.
Oh,
If
yes!
you liked Princess
It's-
Bride, and who didn't, you'll like Stardust.
It is.
Okay.
It's kind of a hidden gem, and the cast is actually really great.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, De Niro, Michelle Pfeiffer, Danes. All right, we were talking Peter Jackson. I got to throw two at you, maybe three. You ever seen Dead Alive? Dark
No.
comedy?
Dead Alive.
All right.
I'm writing it down.
Dead Alive, The Frighteners, and Bad Taste, all off-brand Peter Jackson that are definitely worth watching. Speaking of dark comedy, another hidden gem, Ravenous. Guy Pearce and a bunch of those guys that you're going to say, oh, I recognize you. It's about cannibals, kind of in the mid-1800s, and it's pretty funny.
Wow. 1999.
Finally, and I'll stop. Any Hayao Miyazaki movie, any day. You could go with Castle in the Sky or Howl's Moving Castle. You could go with Spirited Away if you want to. Princess Mononoke.
I think Nate deserves inspiration for all that.
Yeah.
I actually have 3, but I appreciate it, Chris.
Thank you.
Highly recommend any of those.
I got them all written down here, Nate. The great suggestions. I've heard of some of them, and actually some I've been like, I got to get to watch that, but I haven't had a chance. So like, this might be the chance. I'm gonna definitely see one of these, for sure. Thank you. All right, John, go ahead.
Yeah, so I love things that are light and funny and stupid. So first recommendation, I think I've made in this channel before, but Army of Darkness. Sam Raimi, hilarious. Bruce Campbell, skip all the Evil Dead ones. You don't even need them. Just go right into Army of Darkness and watch ridiculous 1990s, like terrible CGI and just funny, great movie. Along the similar lines, Nate reminded me with a really cool Peter Jackson, Forgotten Silver. Really cool early Peter Jackson, like 95 mockumentary that I love. It reminds me a lot of Spinal Tap, which is one of my all-time favorites. And Bob, I do have to give you a series recommendation, but it's 12 episodes.
Okay.
Done. It's called Roar. 1997, Heath Ledger. Love Roar.
Yes.
Nate knows that's one of my all-time favorites.
Desperately needed more seasons.
Yep. But 1997's Roar, Heath Ledger. It's all free on YouTube right now.
Really?
Which is really cool. Yeah. Shout out to Owen Davies, who's like struggling to probably get canceled on YouTube. But they've been up for over 2 years.
But now we're going to definitely cancel him.
Really fun. Really wish it was more. It really reminds me a lot of Firefly, like a series that just got ended too early.
Yeah. Got the cancellation too early.
Although it's like a Bronze Age Ireland. It's not science fiction.
Gotcha.
No.
Okay.
But it's really good. Yeah.
Excellent.
But in the way that it was so
good
great,
call.
and you just wish it kept going.
Huh. All right.
Excellent
I
call.
never heard of that at all, so I'm interested. Jeff, what do you
write
got?
that one down?
Okay. To me?
Jeff, what do you got?
Okay. If you want something scary, Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon. If you want something science fiction, I'm gonna reach into the Wayback Machine and pull out Outland with Sean Connery, which is basically High Noon on a mining station on a moon of
It's great. Yeah.
Saturn or Jupiter or something. Anyhow, I haven't seen it in a while, but it's really good. And then if you this one's for all the lumberjacks out there, Searching for Bobby Fischer.
I've seen that movie. Yeah.
My favorite movie of all time. It really is.
Wow.
Yes. And I'll tell you why. The entire conflict revolves around 4 adults, all of whom want what is best for this kid, sincerely love this kid and want what is best for them. And every single one of them has a different interpretation of what that would be.
Yep.
So it's like an emotional conflict that's sincere and real with no villain.
Yeah, I like the movie too. Actually, the kid Josh Waitzkin, who's an actual chess player, hasn't played professionally, I think, in many years. One of the best chess books. I do play chess. I used to play a lot when I was in high school. One of the best chess books was called Attacking Chess by Josh Waitzkin, the kid who the movie was inspired by.
Okay, and first I'll give you 2 quick series and then I'll cut out.
Sure.
If you haven't seen it, watch Enterprise, the Star Trek series with Scott Bakula. Watch the seasons. Watch every episode in order, all the way through. It's of all the Star Trek shows, it's the one with the best continuity.
Yeah, you see him evolve like from episode to episode.
You really do. It is my favorite network pre-streaming Star Trek series.
Yeah.
of them all. And then for going back to about the same era as Roar, I'm going to recommend Earth 2.
Earth.
Another
2?
that was a science fiction show that really deserved another season and didn't get it. It's about the colonization on a first attempt by humans to colonize a second planet, and a surprising number of people you'll recognize pop up in it.
I love these recommendations so far. Every one of them has intrigued me. So I'm got a lot of movies to watch. But Chris, I can't leave you out here. I saved you for last, Chris.
All right. Well, those were all great. They're probably all going to surpass what I have to offer here. But
I don't know.
We were kind of laughing earlier about Ice Pirates, which honestly, if you've never seen Ice Pirates, you should watch it. It's
Didn't it come out the same year as Star Wars?
It's probably.
No, you're
Empire.
thinking of Star Crash.
I don't. Oh,
Marjo Gortner,
I'm going to double check.
which was horrible.
But Ice Pirates, yes, watch it.
1984.
1984.
Yeah, I was gonna say after like Empire or Jedi, Return of the Jedi. So.
Okay,
But they're
Ice
definitely
Pirates.
catching in on like the Star Wars.
I feel like I've seen this somewhere in my. I'm looking at the images somewhere in my subconscious. I have seen this movie. It
Bob
really
Urich,
feels so familiar.
Mary Crosby,
Ron Perlman.
John Matusak,
Yeah,
Oh.
and Angelica Houston.
interesting.
So then, like a movie that is near and dear to my heart that's not Star Wars, but basically, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It's if you haven't seen that movie, I watch it at least once a year just because it reminds me of being a kid. Steven Spielberg at his best, right? And because he's always about being a kid. And anyway, it's just all the close-up images of like the wonder in people's eyes and all that. It's just it's just a masterpiece.
Love it.
Love it. Watch the director's cut. Make sure you watch that one.
That's funny. I just watched that a few weeks ago for the first time ever.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, what it's destiny.
It's really.
Wow.
It's a masterpiece.
What made you watch it, Nate? Just out of was it your movie club?
No, not for that one. I just there's a list of movies I have that are just movies I think you should watch to understand references and just understand movies, and that was one. So
fair enough.
Also,
just moving through them.
Good Omens, both seasons on Amazon Prime. Another Neil Gaiman.
Good Omens.
Brilliant.
Okay. Wow,
Brilliant.
I'm amazed. I thought there would be a few of these where people would say something like, "Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that," and you all gave me some real good deep cuts here. I feel like there's nothing that was like. Some of them I would say over half of these I've never heard of.
You've
So
never
that's
seen Close Encounters?
No, it's funny, and I love Steven Spielberg. I feel like I've seen most everything else. Like it's just one that's somehow fallen through the cracks. And like Nate, it's been like something that's been on my radar. I just like never get around to doing it. So
Yeah.
Well, take
now
notes.
I
I look forward to hearing your feedback from these.
I'm
I'm
psyched.
excited to watch them. Yeah.
So, like, yeah, right. Oh,
And everybody
oh,
else out there,
yeah.
give me your recommendations. Put them in the chat. Put them in the comments down below. Appreciate all the support. Already, a lot of people have wished me well on the surgery. I think it'll be big success. Get it out of the way. Have a nice lunch, like John said, and just move on with it. So we'll see.
And if you watch one of our movies and you hate it or you love it, let us know in the Discord, please.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
There you
Tag us
go.
in the movie.
Please.
All right. So you know what else is a good omen here, Jeff?
What's that?
Is that you found a new person in the caves of Quasqueton. You found Sable. You know, it's a bad omen. She's been followed by some shadowy, demonic creature that's now attacking you. So, ready to dive in?
No.
Always.
Excellent. So,
Do it live.
So startled.
we're doing it live here. Every time we jump in, I feel like there's always so much to recap. But we're gonna do it quickly here. Really, the highlight of last session was that you came across another being that didn't want to kill you in this cave. In Quasqueton, there's been danger around every corner. Things lurking in the darkness, or something that seems mundane that ends up being disastrous. And you met somebody named Sable, She called herself, she said that she was from a place called the Sword Coast. That does not ring a bell with any of your characters. You've never heard of this place, although, your land of Illustria and even your continent of Ilmith is a pretty expansive place. You haven't certainly been traveled everywhere, so perhaps this is some faraway land, but maybe there's more to this Sable situation. But there's no time, because a creature came up from the center of the room, a dark, shadowy creature, and it is attacking you all. So we're going to jump right into combat here. Again, like I said, probably more that I missed in the recap, but you watched it already.
We did find a charcoal room. I feel like that's
true.
That was huge.
That is true. You did find the charcoal room. All right, so I'm going to switch us over to a Roll20, and the Charcoalition is going to get started here. I have initiatives, so you don't have to do any of that. I'm just going to get to our Quasqueton map and bring everybody's attention to the barracks. Not Barrack Helios. The barracks, where you found Sable. All right, so the creature. And let's change this music, because this is not the music for this.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
This doesn't invoke enough fear in me.
And unless you got injured last session, you should all have temporary hit points.
And if I'm not mistaken, John Sasori, as well as Nate Barrack, has an inspiration from your write-up, so from Discord, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, great. Did I miss anybody's? I think that was the last one I saw.
I forgot.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure I didn't not give out the inspiration.
I still got one from way back.
Okay, great.
Nate's got stacks of inspiration.
And back for everybody watching at home, let me know if the audio is good. This is a newer track, Sand Raiders. So let me know if this is something that's too loud or it's coming in just right. All right. Okay, so here we go. I got the initiative order here. We rolled them earlier. We've got Jeff, you're going first. Skeggy has a 22. Mohag is right behind you with an 18. Darius, 17. Sasori, John, you got a 13. Then we have Sable, who's going to act at a 12. Barrack at 5. Eric at 4. And then Chris Hieronymus at a lowly 2.
We're strategizing in the back.
Yep,
We're good.
That's it. All right, let's do this. We start with you, Jeff, and I'm going to bring in the token. It's right in the center of the table, but I'll bring it in right now.
Yeah, show me what I'm dealing with here.
I should have inspiration that and re-rolled it.
And she's the only
Oh,
one
and it would
who's
be right
told us.
next to me. That's great.
It's
That's
in the
just
center of the room, so it's not
Okay.
adjacent to anybody.
So it's just normal size, medium size.
It's medium sized. Yep, it rose up from the from beneath the ground, beneath the floor, came through the table, so it seems to pass through physical objects no problem. And again, it's almost got an amorphous shadow-like figure to it. You've seen shadows before, like the creature, the shadow. It is not this. It looks more lively, gaseous, even. Wisps of shadow coming off of it, darkness coming off of it.
Okay.
All right, so it's your turn. The creature has entered the room, and Skeggy's up.
Okay. Well, I don't want to, if this thing's gaseous, I don't want to shoot through it and hit somebody. So I'm going to be mindful of what's beyond it. So I'll do a little barrel roll back into this corner to get some distance, and I will plink it with my, probably completely uselessly, with my crossbow, and we will find that I am once again without anything useful to do, I'm sure. Let me insightfully fight it first.
Okay.
So that I can get my... Oh, geez. I have a 10.
You never roll well on that.
I know. I know.
It's a tie, a 10. What happens with the tie?
I think he has to beat me. Let me see if
I think that's the way it's worded. It's the other way around. It's not you have to beat him, he has to beat you, I think.
If you... Hold it. Here's what it says. As a bonus action, you can make an insight check against a creature you can see that isn't incapacitated, contested by the target's deception check. If you succeed, you can use your sneak attack.
So unfortunately, yeah, it's gonna pass then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will just shoot it for a very small amount of damage. That won't matter anyway because it's going to go right through it.
That's what you get for being negative.
Well, okay, an 11. I'm sure that doesn't hit.
So 11 was your target for the AC?
Yes, 11 to hit.
11 does not hit.
I didn't figure. Okay, I'm done.
You don't feel like you actually it's not even like you hit it and like it went through, like not describing it as a miss.
I just whiffed.
You definitely missed, yeah. It completely didn't hit.
Yeah, I know. I whiffed.
Yeah. Okay. So and you're gonna position yourself in the corner of the room. You staying there?
I guess so. Yeah. For now.
All right. We'll jump to Mohag is next. Mohag takes out his axe and jumps over. Let's see. I guess the bolt maybe whizzes by, like shaves off just a tiny bit of his mullet. So he's like, I gotta get out of here. He moves over to this side, and he's gonna slash at the thing with his axe. And let's see how he does.
Up on the table, Mohag. Get a better
Sure.
angle.
Mohag is gonna be the hero.
He actually, because Mohag is one of the warriors, he gets a critical on a 19. So his great axe is going to do double the damage.
Very
He rolls a total of. So that's going to end up being a total of 20 damage, which is great, but it doesn't do the full amount. So the creature will take half. He swings at it, and you can see he gets a perfect hit. I mean, hit it square in the head, but almost like it rose through the table, the axe gives way much too quickly. It seems to hurt it, though. It does sort of like, it doesn't make any sound, but it does like kind of writhe as the axe passes through it. So you can tell it did something. Mohag is standing his position on top of the table. All right, we go to Darius. Darius, I think at this point, he doesn't really know what to do. I think he's going to take out a potion of Cure Wounds and step back. He's going to look and maybe perhaps survey the field, and if anybody needs a potion, he'll come to their rescue, but he's going to probably step back towards Hieronymus. I guess he wants to stay within 30
Step
feet
over.
of
One more.
Right here? Right here?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay. All right, and that's the end of his turn. We're going to have John. Sasori goes next.
Sable, how do we defeat this creature?
I wish I knew.
Run up here and attack with my dagger first.
Okay. John, remind me, the dagger is considered magical, right?
Correct. Dagger venom
Like
is magical.
all the time, right? Okay.
Correct. It has the ability to do more damage.
Yeah, that's what
but
it is.
a
Okay.
magical melee weapon.
Okay, great.
15 to hit.
A 15 does hit, yes.
All right. New weapon, new hit. All right, so it's going to be 6 magical piercing, 7 sneak attack, 11, 24 total damage.
Excellent. 24 damage.
I don't know if it's poison resistance or anything. Yeah. But it does need to make a Constitution save 15 DC to see whether or not it has the poison condition.
How much of it's poison again?
11 of it is poison damage.
Okay. So in theory, it would be 13 slashing and 11 poison, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, you get the sense that the poison has no effect on this creature.
Can it still make a DC save to see if it gets the poison condition?
It's immune to that condition.
Awesome.
Yeah. You get the sense that effect had no effect on it, but the slash, just like Mohag's axe, had the same effect.
All right, cool.
All right.
My second attack. A 15. Look at that. That's the number of the day.
You hit.
I know it hits for 4 piercing damage. Wonderful. Halved, because that's not magical.
Yep. Okay. But still, considerable amount. You did more than Mohag did with his critical. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And with the rest of my movement, I'm going to move away.
Okay.
All right. I'm good.
Okay, the creature is going to move now.
Oh.
Fine.
Let's see here. All right, so it's going to go in a straight line through the two of you. Each of you give me a dexterity saving throw.
Mohag.
Mohag
they
and
both get
Sasori.
+3.
Okay, Mohag and gets a +3, but Sasori does not.
No, they both do 10 feet.
Gotcha.
$17 for me.
Okay, great. Okay. All right, you dodge out of the way as this thing tries to fly right through you. So it doesn't do any like special effect or anything like that, but it does have its attacks, and it's going to roll those next. John, you are going to be the primary target. What is your armor class?
With 2 weapons out, it is 17.
Can
Two
I protect
weapons,
him from an
17.
extra 5 feet away?
Oh, cannot. You're going to get hit once, John, for a total of 7 piercing and 10 necrotic damage. You are not immune to necrotic damage, correct?
Nope. That'd
Okay.
be interesting. Oh.
Your strength score goes down by 1.
It was already a 0.
You,
Oh, it can
you
get
don't want it
worse.
to get to 0,
I know.
but yeah. So right now it is -1. What is it at? Are you at an 8?
This
10?
brings me to a 9.
Not okay. So yeah, I know strength's not your main stat, but okay. So you go down a little bit. All right. So let's jump over to the next person's going to be. It'll be Sable. Sable goes, and she doesn't have much. She's going to run over here, get a better line of sight next to Barrack, and she also realizes that you have some sort of benefit by being close to you. So she will go over here and right over your shoulder cast a firebolt at the creature. Let's see here. Sable gets unfortunately a miss. The firebolt goes flying by. Maybe hits near Tyrannus. You're used to seeing firebolts, but not coming at you.
Let me show you how it's done.
Maybe. The creature, though, however, is going to interrupt after Sable goes. It recognizes her, and it's going to use a out of sequence action. Everybody that's within 15 feet of it, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not Sable or Skeggy or Hieronymus. But everybody else that I didn't name is going to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right.
Let's kill
Eric, I can't help you, but the other 2 get +3.
Eep.
Okay. What was the numbers here? You want to call them out, Eric?
That's an 8 for Eric.
Oh, Eric, this is not good, bud.
We're gonna try that again, Bob. We're gonna burn an inspiration for this one.
Okay. Oh, wow. So I see Barrack with an 8, Sasori with a 5, Eric with a 5.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good to use
It's
inspiration as well.
the 5 + 3 for barracks.
Yeah. Barrack's at a 22, Bob.
Oh, 22. Okay, so Barrack, you're going to pass.
I got an inspiration. I'm going to throw this.
I'm resistant to fire as a tiefling.
It's necrotic, not fire.
I'm gonna die.
Okay. How many hit points are you at?
I'm not probably. I'm hopefully not gonna die, but I'm not.
I thought you
in
were
good shape.
healed, didn't you? Okay, yeah.
No, I took damage last session.
Mohag has a really good. I knew he had a better constitution than I thought.
Oh no.
Yep, worse than the first time.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. So with that being said, 22 necrotic damage. So that's going to be half for people who succeeded. That would be Barrack, Mohag, and that's it. So Barrack and Mohag. Oh, I didn't roll for Darius. Darius will fail. Darius is going to... Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear. Okay. All right, so everybody, here's what happens. This, like, dark energy just emits from this creature, almost like shadows, like when a shadow moves across, you know, you see your shadow moving, it gets long in the day. That happens. Shadows extend from this creature, and everyone that it touched within the radius is going to take 22 necrotic damage, unless you saved. Like I said, Barrack and Mohag, you take 11 each. And Darius, unfortunately, the shadows that touch him, you could see he just starts to be pulled into like the shadows by these like just darkness, like almost like I wouldn't say tentacles, but almost like just like amorphous shadows writhing around him, pull him further and further down until he is no more. He cries out. He unfortunately doesn't have any way of doing this. This damage killed him outright. Darius does
Nothing
scream.
we can do?
Unless you have something that's going to interrupt this, I don't think so. He basically dissolves into shadow, and the only thing you can see that he the last like bit of him is his neck beard just disappear right into the darkness.
And all of his equipment?
He's gone.
Damn.
Oh no.
And Eric is also down. That reduces me to 0.
Okay. But not obviously killing you outright, right?
No, I had exactly 22 hit points.
Exactly 22. Okay.
So, you hate to see it.
That's the interrupt. We go to Nate.
Yeah, cool. I had a plan, but it's changed. Shoot. Sorry, Sable. What happened last time you fought this thing? Be descriptive.
Use both sides of paper if necessary.
I nearly died.
It was impossible, and I ran. Be more specific. Something that'll help us now.
Exactly the way this is going. I nearly died.
Great. Awesome. Nice firebolt. I'm not a huge fan of Sable.
She says, use your powers of the sun god.
Yes. Oh, don't you worry.
Mohag part 2 over here with this one.
Light powers, baby. Go on. Smite his ass.
Yeah, no, it's, I have a few options. Okay, so...
Good, because I don't.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm going to attempt to draw its ire. Hyro, anything you can do to help me would be great. As I swing my Warhammer at it. Dust Crusher hits. Yeah. And we are going to do 9 bludgeoning damage.
And how much radiant?
The radiant. Oh, it's just a +2 weapon.
It doesn't have
It doesn't do additional radiant damage now.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, it has spells you can cast, right?
No
it does.
smite?
It has a sunbeam spell.
Gotcha.
Don't worry, I'm thinking about it. But
No, that's what I was wondering. I thought it had some sort of radiant property, but it's the spell, right?
yeah.
So that's your first
does
attack.
that
You hit with
look
9.
Like yeah, that looks like it goes all through.
Yeah, it's a magical weapon, so it goes through like when John hit with the magical dagger, it went through.
Gotcha. Great.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna swing again. 22 to hit.
That'll
And
connect.
I'm going to level 2 smite. And I'm going to channel divinity. Level 2 smite coming at ya. Nice. 16 radiant damage on the smite, 8 magic bludgeoning damage, so 24 total. However, when I channel divinity, oh shoot, I have to re-roll. Dang, that was a good roll for that. Sneaky high. Oh, alright. I have 16 temporary hit points to give out. Can I heal someone with 10 hit points? I should have asked that.
Well, Tim is down.
I don't
Right.
believe so.
That's what I'm. That's
But
what
Tim
I'm
didn't vaporize, did he?
Tim did not.
Mechanically, can I heal someone with temporary hit points?
Oh, no. You can't bring somebody like back to life with temporary.
Yeah, I didn't think about that part. Dang. Well. So sorry. How do you look right now?
Rough. I down to 18.
All right. Take all 16.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Bob, how did my smite look?
Pretty awesome. The you can describe how it would look.
Oh, actually, yeah. I meant to, as I approach this thing, say, "Entity of darkness, prepare to meet the light." As I smash Dust Crusher into it.
And the radiant energy that emanates hits this thing like a truck. I mean, it like you when I described how the great axe and even the dagger went through it at first, it kind of writhed a little bit in pain. Here, you like almost separate its body. Like when it hits, its wisps of shadows like scatter. It's still in the same general area of its 5 foot square, but you have clearly decimated this thing. It took a massive amount of damage. Clearly vulnerable to the radiant, so that'll double.
Okay. It's vulnerable. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Okay, I've got it all set. It's again still there, just you really hammered it home. It's hurting. We jump to next would be Tim and then Chris. Tim, we're gonna roll your death clock here.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll it just to the GM. It's a D3 for everybody home wondering. Okay. All right, and then we go to Chris.
All right, I'm going to cast Haste on Barrick.
Good.
Haste on Barrick?
Good.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, Haste on Barrick.
Is it a touch spell, or do you have to?
It's
you can do it at range?
it's a range 30 feet.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, Nate, you were
do you need the numbers here, or can you just add the effect, Nate?
yeah. I got it. I'll take
You'll
care
look
of
it up.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, then I'm gonna move.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks, my friend.
Yeah, whatever.
Except
Kill
he
it.
says it really fast. Thanks, my friend.
Next will be top of the order here. Jeff, what is Skeggy
Sir.
doing?
All right, so Skeggy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to jam the Rod of Lunar Loving into Eric's back.
Whoa!
Take that for what you will.
Oh, boy.
Wow, critical hit, baby. Come on.
Keep on the Borderlands after
You're not a
dark.
Twilight cleric, right?
Okay,
Oof.
so I'm gonna give him 2 dice of healing. So
Nice.
not bad. We're gonna leave those sit. So there's 13 points, Tim.
Heck yeah.
And I am going to cunning. I'm going to use my whatever it is, my cunning extra action, bonus action to take a dash.
Okay.
To just get more than 15 feet away from this thing. So we'll just go right back to about here. Is that? No, we'll go to here. I think
Perfect.
I'm done.
All right,
Let me mark off my dice. from
Mohag would be next.
The rod.
Mohag's gonna jump over Sasori, just to make things even more epic, he might use your shoulder as a springboard as he then comes down onto the creature.
Oh. Brave lad.
He just wanted to step on Sasori, probably. Honestly, like really.
I'd love to try to cut
It's a friendly rivalry.
his hair off as he's going by.
Well, you try, you swing your venom blade over, and he dodges it, but this little extra just causes him to miss his mark. He slams his axe down into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He'll land on the other side here. All right, that's the end of Mohag's turn. We go to Darius is not here anymore.
Haha, I hit it twice, you loser.
John, it's Sasori's turn.
Perfect. I mean, I did some damage to it, so Sasori's feeling confident despite how John feels. So, dagger of venom.
Stabby stab.
Yep, 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be ignore that 15, obviously. So that's 15 piercing damage.
Yep.
Magical.
Mm-hmm.
And then my second attack. Once roll 20 catches up. That's
The
a
dagger?
dirty 20.
Yep. That connects.
For 6 piercing damage. Halved, so
3.
3.
Okay, great.
Good old 18 damage. And with the rest of my movement, I'm going to go back towards our magical friend. He cannot oppo attack me.
All right. It will be the creature's turn. Let's see. Yeah, why don't we do... Barrick, you have Dust Crusher in your hand.
I do.
It's going to go after Mohag then.
Good.
They're
Turn
not
him
that
to
NPC
stone.
roster.
Yeah. Tim has imposed much of a threat, and it doesn't like Dust Crusher. So it's going to attack... you know what? No. I lied. It is going to move, and it will leave you guys. You do not get attacks you do not get attacks of opportunity on it, as it wisps kind of like away. It doesn't really give you a resemble much of a target as it moves, and it's going to go to Sable, and it's going to attack. She like shrieks in horror, but she is going to try her best to evade this. She does not. She gets hit once.
Ignored Barrick?
It ignored Barrick. Well, maybe not ignored. Does not like Barrick.
I think it ran away from Barrick.
Sneered at him.
Yeah. So Sable's going to get hit
Contemptuously.
twice. She's going to take... Let's see here. 8 piercing. I don't know why. World 20 is taking forever.
So, by the way, I just dropped a bag of goldfish down the stairs, and it tumbled and tumbled and tumbled all the way down the stairs, pinwheeling goldfish as it went.
Oh, you hate to see it.
That's awesome.
Did you do the correct thing and sit there and eat them all?
Well, I scooped up as many as I could, put them back in the bag, and now I'm eating them.
Nice.
Don't worry about the carpet lint.
It's
That's
5
fine.
seconds.
I got the
A little
large
extra fiber for you.
That's 5
Why you
second
keep your
rule.
hardwood clean.
That's it. So here's what happens to Sable. She actually, I think, is still alive. I'm just going to double check the hit points, but she takes a total of, looks like, yeah, I just want to make sure I'm right here. It looks like it's a total of 25 necrotic and 17 piercing. And then her strength is going to be reduced by a total of 5 from the 2 hits. She looks so frail from this, or weakened by this, that she drops to her knees. The creature, though, will continue to move, turns towards the group, especially Barrick, kind of face stares you down, and then will slowly sink down into the floor.
No. Before it
Oh.
goes, I have something to say.
Go for it.
Bastard.
With my hammer.
Go for it. Oh, with your hammer. You didn't want to mince your words, huh?
Well,
Running away! Come back, you coward of darkness.
Yeah, the creature
Come
goes
face
and
the light.
Sable says to you, "Help! I can't move."
I'll run over to her and lay my hands on her.
I got nothing.
I'll give her 10.
You give her 10, and that definitely helps her because she took quite a bit.
Are we still in initiative order?
So we are not. The creature, you all pause. You see it disappear into the ground. You wait a moment. Nothing comes back. Essentially what you feel like would be around, waiting for an enemy. And there's nothing. You can act freely. Barrick,
I'm
you
gonna
go
cast
over and
Servants
heal her.
myself.
Sure. Barrick, you go over to heal her, and she thanks you. She says, "I appreciate your generosity. That will help. But I fear if I don't get some proper healing, I'm done for."
Of course. Do you know a way out?
That's
I laugh, knowing that we already had this conversation.
yes.
But I help her to her feet.
Yeah, she is weakened. Her strength has been sapped, presumably to very low number.
Like sapped to a like magical means or like a potential like another healing spell won't hurt.
For
won't
example,
help.
John, you lost some strength when it hit you.
Yeah,
She's
I
got
lost. She's lost a significant amount of strength.
Got it.
I'm assuming like I probably am dropping an extra like sword that I had on the ground now because I can't.
9 to 10 is not terrible because
Okay.
like I forget. I mean, what the encumbrance rules are exactly are. We don't really follow encumbrance. I hate keeping track of it, but mostly if it's just reasonable, I say whatever. So 10 to 9 is not terrible, but
Okay.
she's actually basically fully encumbered, wearing her clothes and pack. She takes off her pack and she's able to like move around slowly, but she is very, very weak.
I'll offer to wear a pack for her if it helps, but
She'll nod in appreciation. "If you weren't here, I would certainly be dead."
it does seem like this thing has a weakness. We should exploit that next time. I turn to Hieronymus. My friend, we were but moments away from an epic turn in battle, I could tell. I was so excited when you cast that on me.
You're welcome.
I'm
I'm like,
glad.
I double take it, Hieronymus, after he says you're welcome.
I'm glad to see that we have proper magic users, but like I said, if this goes on much longer, it's only a matter of time before he picks all of us off.
Perhaps it's time for us to leave this fortress.
Now,
Camp outside if necessary.
I don't mean to sound cold here, but if the creature's after her, we just lost Darius. We can go and leave her here, and we can just go.
An eye for an eye. A mushroom for a I actually forgot we lost him already.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I didn't forget.
Shoot,
He took me
Darius.
in. He was my home in the keep for the last like month and a half, and now he's gone
Now
I
you
thought
have his home.
because of her.
I thought his name was Barius this whole time. Darius?
I'm sobbing.
Now you are the apothecary.
I'm
You
sorry about your friend. If it's any condolences, he stood here and fought valiantly. He was ready to help and assist with that potion. I noticed it.
Yeah. The forces that guided him put him in a bad position to then cast that spell.
It really seems like he was here only to die. Oh no, we led him to his death.
We did, and that was
Sable.
literally when he showed up in the woods. I was like,
Hold on. Actually,
told him
didn't
to go
Hieronymus hold on? Didn't Hieronymus say one space over or something like that?
Well, he helped me figure out the limit of the spell.
The
Which helped me then
precise
get further
radius.
away.
Hey, Hyro, I think we got another 50 gold for another person's wife coming up.
Darius was single.
I'll
He left
chip.
everything to me.
Oh,
Just disguise yourself as him when we go back to the keep.
that was cheap.
Now, I assume you're all joking right now because Sable's here. You didn't say out loud, disguise yourself, did you? Or did you?
Yeah.
Well, what is your true form then, friend?
This is it, my true form. I would disguise myself to hide this true form.
Ah,
What?
then you are a master of illusion.
I've been known to dabble,
Is she-
if my god allows me.
Is this not an attractive tiefling to you? What type of tiefling are you into?
This devil woman showed up and is the reason Darius is dead. I'm not telling her nothing.
Come on, Eric.
So just to be
Tell her
clear,
about your cosplay.
just to be clear though, you don't know what tieflings are. However,
Yeah.
Oh, I have I don't even know
right.
that he's a tiefling.
But
I'm
when
just
he
sorry.
says that red-skinned devil, she says, "I have our ancestry has a name. We're tieflings."
That person who just died has a name, and it was Darius. And as far as I can tell, you're the only thing that shadow is after.
I don't know what to say. I feel so sorry for this loss, but any adventurer knows that there's danger when you seek it.
That's not what we came in here looking for, and it's certainly not what he came in here looking for.
Look, we can quarrel over this all day long, but ultimately, at the end of the day, we need to find a way out of here. I need to find a way back home, to the Sword Coast.
Okay.
What are you
did
here
we start
for,
to
then,
toss
if-
this room previously? I think we did, didn't we?
I've searched this thoroughly. There's nothing here.
I turned to Sable. Is that shadow beast truly after you, or just anything that it crosses its path?
I feel like I'm not quite certain. For the longest time, or as long as I've been here, which could be gods know how long, it's been after me. But I've been alone.
It seemed to take a pretty big shot at you before it ran.
That it did. Creatures like this sometimes perhaps mark their prey. This creature was chasing me and my party before we found that wretched
your party
obelisk.
lass. Who's in your party? I
What
don't
happened to
know
them?
what that is.
From what I can tell, they're all dead.
We described the bodies we found at the beginning of Quasqueton. Does that sound like your friends?
No, I've seen those bodies. I know which you're
Oh.
referring to. There was some sort of infighting, I'm sure, but you see, where I come from, there was a place in the jungles, a massive stone structure.
Hmm. Did
Some
we have
kind of
jungles
temple
in
of
our
doom.
land? Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead, Van.
Just so we're all clear, okay? I'm gonna call her a devil woman. This devil woman shows up. Her entire party is dead, and we think we should use her to get out.
Wait,
Have we
who said they wanted to do anything with her so far?
Well, I
she
hope
keeps
that
saying
you
like
would.
this we stuff, like we need to get out. I'm convinced we like cut her Achilles and we can run.
I hope you wouldn't consider that.
I am seriously considering it.
Listen, I've, if anything, been completely truthful and honest to you. I need
Has
your
she?
help. I don't wish any harm on any of you or your party, and it truly is, like I said, a tragedy that your friend Darius met his end.
Do I believe her?
I was gonna say, I turn to Eric and say,
I don't know.
I know she sounds sarcastic, but I think this is her being earnest.
Does Skeggy believe her?
If you did you make an insight check on her last time? I feel like you did.
Did I?
You can right now if you'd like.
I'm willing to take her at face value that she's being honest. I just don't I don't like her.
Okay.
Eric, it's this type of passion and love for those who help you that is why we're so close in the Charcoalition. But at this point, we've got to get out. We must use all resources at hand. And this person, tiefling, I'm not sure what to call you, has been here quite some time. If anything, she offers information. Right? And I turn to her.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and-
20. My roll was a 26.
Yeah, I saw it was very good. You really give her the good once over. You do your best, Larry David. You know, you look down at her, down your nose at her.
This is my thing.
She seems like she is very good at lying if she wanted to, and she seems to be very honest with all of you. There's more to her story, it seems, and that you feel like you want to withhold
Right.
judgment until more information is revealed.
All right. Lads, she's got more to tell when we have time to hear it, but for now we need to be moving.
Moving where?
I have a question for all of you. Why are you here? Because I know how I ended up here, by pure chance. But the rest of you?
Adventure.
Find it.
You're in search of adventure?
Oh, and some like weird crystal thing, right, guys? Is that what it was called, Barrick?
I've forgotten the name.
We were sent to find this place.
By your master?
Nope. We're what you'd call we're freelancers, really, more than anything.
So then you are adventurers.
Of a
Sure.
sort.
So you just came in searching for gold and plunder to plunder?
We're trying to figure out a way to help make our land more peaceful and self-efficient, I don't know, happy.
You're looking
I
for...
just search for the next person to battle to best my craft.
Well, it certainly isn't me. Not in this state. She's sitting down at the table now. She really can't move very easily. She says, back in my home, like I said, we were searching for this giant stone structure, an obelisk. However, once we came to the location where the obelisk was held, we realized that there were certain guardians. My party, my friends, especially one other wizard with me, researched that these obelisks contain great magical properties. It could be harnessed. However, you need some sort of a key, a totem. She then realizes what it is, but she's like, it can be anything, a magical property, a waystone, anything. It can be a spell. It can be, well, anyway, he had an artifact, a very powerful staff. He felt could be the way to unlock the secrets of it. And so once we got there, we tried it. However, his staff, once touching the obelisk, well, it erupted, exploded, killed everyone except me. When I came to, I was here, and one of the guardians that was chasing us for quite some time found its way here as well. And she kind of motions towards the table where the shadow erupted. And ever since, it's been hunting me down, whittling me away. I don't have much time. But the only way to get back home to my home is through that obelisk. I just need some sort of a conduit, a way to use the magic again. And then she looks over at Dust Crusher. That seems like a very powerful weapon. What is it capable of?
It sure is.
What is it capable of?
Capable of protecting us from that shadow.
Other than that, is it
well,
imbued with the power of your god?
It is. I gotta say, at this point, you did just affirm that. Well, never mind. We can talk about it after. Yes, it is.
Maybe that's the key.
Nope.
It's a hammer, not
It's
a key.
not.
What are you, stupid?
I.
Keys look like this, and I take out a key.
Oh, I know.
This was gifted to me in my moment of need by my god Hyperius. I can't imagine he would want me to get rid of it in such a fashion, if that's what you're suggesting.
It doesn't have to be destroyed. The staff, it may not have been as powerful. Perhaps this is a stronger weapon. The gods have crafted it.
Well, we've not yet found an obelisk in this land,
Well,
and especially not in these tunnels.
I can take you to it.
Can you now?
In fact, that's where I started my journey in this place, at another obelisk. When I awoke, I was in a different location, a different obelisk.
Are these obelisks like bluish gems in the corner of rooms?
No.
Okay.
Obsidian, black.
Yes. I was just
60
double checking.
feet high.
Is that consistent with what we read about in the books?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. Well, and I think it's best that we see this obelisk that you know of.
So
And we
there's
judge.
there. I've been there. I've been back there a few times. There are arcane runes on it. I can't decipher it, but like I said, we need some sort of a conduit. We need some sort of magical source. Without it, without you being able to relinquish that weapon, I don't think there's any way to power it. Now, there are a couple of things that I've
pretty
noticed.
cool shield.
There are a couple of things I've noticed, though. There are some oddities about this place. Have you searched it long?
Well, it's hard to say. We don't know how much farther it goes.
Endlessly.
We've searched it for several hours.
We've seen a lot of doors.
How long do we feel like it has been, or do we have any idea?
Well, it would probably feel like a couple of hours to you.
Okay, so really not that long, and we have not explored every passage we've seen yet, have we?
No. Definitely not. Can I show you one of these oddities?
Aye.
She says, follow me. So she's going to take you. I don't have the Roll20 screen up right now. I didn't want it up for that little exchange, but she's going to take you around. I'm going to show you on Roll20, and then once we get to the location, I will bring our viewers up to speed here, but I'm going to move everybody. So just hang tight. She's going to take you through the storage room, the armory storage room where Eric had that vision, which it was the kind of like the room over, right? She's going to take you back almost to the center of the chamber, like where you entered. But then she's going to go south. There was one corridor you did not explore to the south, and she's going to take you around. Do you see where your tokens are now? I'm moving them. I'll just show you where it is.
Oh shoot! I didn't mean to make that last.
You're right here.
Mark.
Do you see where you are? So she takes you to this open doorway here. She wants you to follow her, and she's going to take you to the end. Can you move your tokens now?
Yeah, and Bob, the Roll20 is not up on Zoom.
I know. I didn't want to worry about that until I moved everybody's token, but I'm going to bring it over in a second.
I'm still in.
You want us to go through the
Is
door?
it forward where Sasori is?
Yeah, well, not necessarily, yeah. She says, this is, let me bring you to the map now, so everybody can see. Okay.
So while we're along this way, I'd like to talk to Barrick and just be like,
yeah.
Should we mention the other crystal? The potential power source?
I'm totally with Eric. I'm just trying to see what she knows and what information she has. The more I talk to her, the less I like her. I'd rather not tell her anything we don't have to.
She brings you to an open, so you see where there's like a wall here?
Mm-hmm.
The wall is no longer there. It's where like Sasori's token is, where Eric's token is. The wall has receded into the sides, opening up this chamber. She says, this must have been one of their rooms. Whoever created this place? There are in this room. I'm going to read you the description. There are a few different things in here. So the curving walls of this room are immediately noticeable as different from all the others in the stronghold, not only due to their layout, but also because of the coverings. The walls are covered with vertical strips of rough finished fir wood, and these narrow planks run in single pieces from floor to ceiling. The construction is not remarkable nor fancy, but the result is a strikingly pleasing effect to your eye. Each corner of the room displays an ornate tapestry. Along the east wall is a bed of maple wood and a feather mattress. The baseboard has the engraved letter R on it, which you've seen multiple places. But the bed is otherwise devoid of detail. Now, a couple of other things in this room. So I told you there are a bunch of different like tapestries. Each tapestry is 6 feet wide and approximately 8 feet high. And again, they're just surrounding the walls here. So I'm going to go top left clockwise around the room. First one is a dragon being slain by a group of warriors, with one standing prominently in front of the group, thrusting the killing sword into the dragon's neck. A great battle in a mountain pass is the second one. You can see a small band of fighters led by a great wizard, with a single hero putting the entire army into flight. So, flying. Army that's flying. The third one, which again is now curving along the walls, so it's more towards the bed. A warrior and a maiden on a horseback against a backdrop of mountains, holding hands with joyful expressions. Then the fourth one, again on the opposite side of the bed now, you see a hero and a wizard joining in firm hand clasp on a deserted hilltop with only a sunset in the background. Actually, so it's 2 on each wall. Sorry, it should be 2 on each wall. So I guess it would be like where each curved part would be. Like kind of here, 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 and here. So those are the 4 tapestries. She says this room seems like it's hiding something. I don't know, but maybe there are clues in the tapestries. She says, now follow me this way. And she wants you to go through this open door to the north.
Mm.
She says one thing that's very unique about this next room. And I'm just going to get the lighting done here.
Go in.
There you go. Should be good. Is that the key is in plain sight. That's how she finishes that statement. One thing that's weird about this room is that the key is in plain sight. All right, now, this room is probably the hardest to describe room, so I'm going to do this really carefully. And if you have questions after this, please ask them. All right, this is the largest room that you've seen. It's larger than the fungus room. It's larger than any other chamber you've been in. Although the walls of this room are the typical like stone, the rest of the complex, the floor is covered in ceramic tiles arranged in mosaic fashion. The majority of the thousands of tiles are golden brown in color, but patterns of white and black appear in various places to enhance the effect of every striking design that's formed. Arrayed throughout the room are 14 different pools. Each one is about 10 feet in diameter, with the sides sloping down to the center. This mystical arrangement is doubly amazing since all the contents of the pools appear very different. Now I'm going to ask you all to do this for me. Maybe you can number them as we go along, because I'm going to describe them all, and you're going to say, Bob, what was this pool again? And I'm going to be like, I do not remember. So let's label them as we go. Who's going to label here?
I got it.
All right, thank you. So Nate, on the bottom left, let's start with the bottom left here.
Sure.
All right. Ooh, come on.
When you say bottom left, pink, gray, or blue?
Pink. Bottom left.
Great.
Yep, pink. First column, pink. All right. So here we go. This one, label it A, is it radiates some sort of magic. You can tell right away. Without detect magic, though, you wouldn't be able to identify this school. However, it is a pinkish liquid that looks like it has almost like a slow, like I wouldn't say like a royal to it. Like it just continuously moves, It has you
Churning?
can't see to the
Oh.
bottom. Yeah, it churns slowly. You can't see to the bottom, but it is, like I said, like a thick pink liquid. I imagine like bubblegum medicine. Okay.
Mm.
The next one, which would be the bottom of the second column. It looks bluish gray to me.
Yep.
Okay.
B.
This one is filled to the brim with a clear, fizzing liquid. Gives off a strange and unpleasant aroma when you get close to it. But that's not the strangest thing about this. And Sable, it goes immediately to that corner. She says, "This is the strangest one." She says, "Below, take a look." And you see below the surface, at the bottom of this pool, is a silver key. It's just there at the bottom. You can see it in plain sight.
Of B.
Of B. Next one,
Okay.
Nate, above it.
Yep.
C, going in order, just straight above. C.
Gotcha.
It's a murky gray syrup. Okay?
Mhm.
That's all it is. You can't see through it. It's just dark gray and a syrupy, looks like a syrupy consistency.
Okay.
Next one, the green one.
Mhm.
Looks like it's filled with, literally it's like slime. It looks like Nickelodeon slime. Green, bright, vivid slime. Next one is E. This
Is
looks
that
like
blue or red?
it is the one above it, so it's blue.
Great.
We're going up in the columns.
Yep.
Okay.
So this one is looks like water. I mean, doesn't look anything other than water. Nothing's in it, empty, other than the water. Next one, on the next column, the red one, it looks like it's filled with a deep red wine. You can't see to the bottom because of the nature of the wine, but it smells like a very nice old vintage. If you are inclined to drink wine, your characters would smell it and be allured by it. The natural, like just not magically like you got to drink it, but like just smells really good.
Smells good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next one, G, going up continually. This one's empty, completely dry, no trace of any liquid or fluid in it. The one above it, H. This one looks like water, but it is steaming, bubbling, and hot. It literally is just like boiling water. There seems to be some sort of a whitish crust that built up around the edge of the pool, though. Some maybe like a mineral deposit, you know?
Like alkali.
Could be, yeah. And then the next one above it is I. This pool is filled with water, but it's shimmering. It has like a gleam or glisten to it, a sparkle. Other than that, though, it looks like water in every other respect. Then we go to the last column, the green at the bottom. You can label it J. A greenish liquid, varying shades, and it kind of swirls through it. Okay. Then the next one, above it, label it K. It looks like water, like really no different than water, just like the other one that was filled with water, except you see fish swimming in it, koi fish.
Okay.
Then the second last one in this column looks like a whitish color, right?
Mm-hmm.
This basin seems to be filled with normal water, and at the it's filled with normal water, except it looks like it's like slushy, like icy. So like maybe like water that's close to freezing. Then you've got the one above it that's gold. That is a label. Sorry, I think we should have labeled L J K L M. Okay, M is coming up. M is the gold one. It's water, but at the bottom you can see a pile of gold pieces lying on the bottom. You see an assortment of sparkling jewels and trinkets. Looks like a treasure trove is beneath the surface. Finally, the last one in the dark corner there. This pool is almost empty. A small amount of water, maybe like a foot of water at the bottom, still remains. It appears to be water, just slightly cloudy, maybe like dirty water, but that's it.
How
And
deep are these based
they're
on
all-
the empty one?
They're all 10 feet deep.
Ask Sable if the key is right there. Why haven't you gotten it out? Have you tried reaching into any of the pools?
She looks around. She's really weakened still, but she says, Bear, can you hand me my pack?
Pardon me.
Sure. Run over and hand her a pack.
She will take out a dagger that looks like she rarely uses it. She had to search for it through the pack. She'll take it out. And she says, you see this?
Yes.
She says, this is a silver dagger. Watch. She will dip it slowly into the pool, and as she raises it back out, the bubbling water that's in it disintegrates the blade of the dagger.
Did she do specifically the pool with the key, or is that just any random pool? It's just not.
No, the pool. You were referring to the key pool.
Yeah, I was. Okay.
Yeah. So she does it to the pool with the key.
The vessel with the pestle.
She takes out what's left of the blade, and she chucks it to the side. It clatters on the floor. And she says, you see, if someone wanted to keep a magical artifact hidden, they would definitely keep that key somewhere where no one could attain it. And she looks down into the pool. She says, if we can get that key, I believe there is some sort of a conduit here. And then I might be able to get home without using your god's weapon. And then everyone will be happy.
It can't be
What do you
this
think?
simple. I'll cast Mage Hand and set it down to try to grab it.
Sure. Sure.
Yes.
Can't be that simple.
You send Mage Hand down, and as the Mage Hand gets in, it dispels.
Oh, it's not that simple.
I take out like a mug, and I go to the one with koi fish, and I try to fill up the mug with that water. Does it work?
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now I take that water and I take it over to the one with the key, and I pour it in.
It steams almost like if you like when dry ice hits, like something that's warmer than it, or I guess whatever it is. It just steams immediately, fizzles up. She says,
Maybe
I've
we
tried a lot
find
of
the
these. I've tried a lot of these. Some of these pools are more harmful than you think. Be careful. Don't just put your mug or hand close to any of them. You're lucky. The fish seem to be one that's okay.
Yeah, no shit. That's why I tried it.
Yes, but some of them seem like they are innocent enough, and others can cause some serious damage.
Wait a minute.
Can you give us any insight into which ones you've tried?
She says, well, I've stayed away from things that I can't see the bottom of. But she's like, I've tested many of the water ones. She looks over at the treasure one, and she says, that's a fake treasure. I went down to the bottom of it once I realized it was safe. It's an illusion.
Is there anything beneath the illusion?
Not that I could find. She says, but again, I'm asking you for your help. I can barely lift my pack. I need to get home. Will you help me? She looks mostly to you, Bear, because you have what she believes to be the conduit.
We'll do what we can. We're certainly, yeah, we'll do our best. We also do want to get home sometime and find out what is going on in this place.
Well then, she says, let's get to work and test out what all these pools can do.
Montage.
As Rooster said in the chat, if only our alchemist was still with us.
Well,
Man.
it's at this point, though, that as the group settles down, puts their packs, to the side, starts to figure out things, that this scene is going to close out here. We're going to pause here. Again, like I said, maybe do a little bit shorter of an episode tonight, but we will be back hopefully next week. If things change, we'll let you know. Definitely we'll post on Discord.
Can we each come up with like 3 scenes that we run through for the montage?
Please do. Yeah.
Like,
Please do. Thank you for watching tonight, everybody. Even though it's a shorter session, I hope you enjoyed it. We learned a lot from Sable, and now we've got 2 new unique rooms to explore. And apparently she knows where the obelisk is. So there's a lot to still uncover here in the halls of Quasqueton, but I'm sure that we will uncover the unknown very soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all on the tabletop. Everybody else, have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
See you next week.
Night.